speaking of moving on, we've got someone like Pochettino kind of at the start of his international experience. Someone that's coming towards the end of his is Cristiano Ronaldo. Now, the former Belgian boss, now in charge of Portugal, Roberto Martinez, is someone that has shared an ESPN FC studio with you, Stevie Nicol. So I want to kind of do a bit of a job swap right now. And I'm going to put you in charge of the Portuguese national team between now and the World Cup. Hey, you've been in charge of many football clubs and many matches in the past. Would you have Cristiano Ronaldo in your starting 11 for Portugal, Stevie, if you were in charge?
No.
Why?
Well, you can't. Well, because he's not the player he was. You know, now listen, the one thing I would say is that Portugal are not flush with centre forwards, which I think is making it easier for Martinez to play Ronaldo. But the fact is that, yes, Ronaldo should be in the squad, but he should be in the squad in a role of being the idol of all these players, being the guy showing the way, talking to the players, motivating the players. And yes, if you need a goal with 20 minutes to go, who better to throw on than Ronaldo, who can maybe produce something from nothing? But to expect him to play 90 minutes and be the player that he was is absolutely not going to happen. And I think it affects everybody around him on the field of play. So, yeah, I wouldn't start him. I'd have him in the squad. I'd have him on the bench. And I'd use him when I really needed something. But other than that, no, absolutely not.
Well, I mean, the fact that he keeps starting, and he scored a couple of goals, missed a penalty in midweek against Denmark. He's still giving some sort of output. Who's got the power in that squad? Is it Cristiano Ronaldo, or is it Roberto Martinez, or is it someone above that?
Cristiano Ronaldo. What happens with Cristiano Ronaldo in the national team is up to Cristiano Ronaldo. The 5-time Ballon d'Or winner, the all-time scorer in international football, causes such an impact within that team that it's his decision to make. So, you know, whether he takes part in it and starts or whatever, like, it's going to be a conversation, obviously, between Martinez and Ronaldo, but ultimately it's going to be up to Ronaldo. And the problem is that, you know, this is a system, like, take away Ronaldo for a second. The Roberto Martinez system almost encourages attacking fluidity. You've seen it all the way at the back from his Wigan days to whatever. And when you look at this lineup right now on the screen, and you look at the players like Rafa Leao, Conceição, Trincao, who was on the bench, as well as Gonzalo Ramos, they have a lot of players that like to be fluid in their attack. When you put Cristiano Ronaldo in this first 11, just like Stevie said, this version of Cristiano Ronaldo, right, the 40-year-old, he demands so much attention because he's a target man that all that fluidity goes out the window. Now, they beat Denmark quite convincingly in the second leg, but that first leg, MD, was one of the worst performances I've ever seen by Portugal in recent years. And part of it is because of this static nature. So I agree with Stevie. Ronaldo's obviously going to be a part of this squad, but he shouldn't start. He should be an impact player, somebody that comes in maybe with 20 minutes to go when the opponent's tired, and then you bring on somebody like Ronaldo to add a little bit of fear. But at this point, it's only down to one man, that decision, and that's Ronaldo himself.
So, yeah, you've both said that you would both have him on the bench. He still has something to make an impact. But, Elimi, you've also said that it's Cristiano Ronaldo that decides if he wants to play. That can't be healthy, Stevie, going forward, because he isn't what he was. He still has something to offer. But if that's the case, if the player has the power here going forward into a World Cup, what are the other options for Roberto Martinez if, as LME says, he's got a player that decides if I'm fit, I'm starting, then that's good enough for me? Are they frightened of what he says if they drop him?
Well, the problem is that Martinez's past history with the big-time guys at Belgium suggests that he lets them decide, which is why I agree with LME that it seems as though it's going to be down to the player, which is completely and utterly wrong. I understand when somebody is coming to the end of their career and it's international football and the manager has a word and says, how do you feel? You know, are you feeling good? You know, Do you have any little niggles? I mean, how are you? I understand that, but when you're talking about a guy who's 40, a guy who can't run away from anybody, a guy who demands the ball when he shouldn't be, a guy who's going to influence the whole rest of the team and affect that fluidity that you've been talking about, it's 100% wrong. But I just don't see Martinez being the guy to stand up to Ronaldo. I just don't see it.